Hello, and thank you for joining us for 10 Days of Gratitude. I'm your host, Mia Saenz, and with me in this segment is Jackie Kotei. Welcome, Jackie.
Hey Mia, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Good, good.
It's awesome to have you here. Would you like to share with us, because we're starting out with what we're grateful for? What are you grateful for right now?
The list is endless when it comes to gratitude. It's one of those things that I just love incorporating into my life. I'm a new mom. I have a son who's 9 months and just growing and healthy and happy as can be. Just so many things are happening in life that I'm grateful for. Most importantly, I feel like I'm grateful for the journey, just knowing that it is a journey, that life is a journey. And there are just days when it's hard and it's challenging, and it's one of those things where it's like nothing is going the way I want it to go or I had hoped it to go. And then there's days that are just miraculously just flowing in beautiful ways. And, I'm grateful for both of those types of days in my life and just everything that's happening on my journey.
That's awesome. And yes, your son is adorable. I see his pictures all the time. He's so cute.
Yeah, if you follow me anywhere on social media as Jackie Kotei, I post lots of pictures of him. He's
Yeah,
like the love of my heart right now.
yeah, yeah, and always will be. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Beautiful. Are there tools in which you use to bring gratitude into your experience?
One of the biggest tools that I use, and I know it might sound simple, and I know sometimes it's in the simplicity that people really find the meaningful things in their life, but for me, journaling has been a steadfast companion for me when it comes to gratitude. It's one of those things that I just kind of, I bring my book here that I journal in and kind of just write in it, what I'm grateful for and just kind of journal, day to day, kind of the things that I'm experiencing in life, the things that are going on that really help me to be grateful for. I think that if you're looking for a tool, that's a great place to start, is just to pull out a journal and just simply list what it is you're grateful for. I've done it low tech where I've had a journal like this.
Mhm.
I've also done it high tech where like on my iPhone, I'll open up like a note, and
Yes.
every day challenge myself to put like
Mhm.
3 things in there
Mhm.
that I'm grateful for. And what's amazing about it is that when you look back on things in retrospective, in a retrospective
Yes.
perspective, and you kind of see, you dated like August, you're like, oh, I was grateful for that. That
Yeah.
happened. It's like, you know,
Exactly.
sometimes the successes that you have that when you, at the time, they seem like they were going to be so huge to accomplish. And then when they happen, sometimes you forget that they even happened until you go back and look at your gratitude journal. So that's one of my biggest tools. One of the other things that I really love to do when it comes to gratitude is create a vision board. And that's another thing for me that when I look back on the vision board that I've created and see some of those things that have really manifested in my life, that I'm just like in awe and just really, I just have a lot of gratitude around the fact that at one point it was something I thought was so far off or just something I really had hoped would happen. And now I look at my vision boards, and I've done several over the years, and I'm like, wow, I'm grateful for this and I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful that this happened in a way that I never even thought it would happen. So those are two of the tools that I use that really have been, a steadfast component of my life that
Yeah.
really have helped me incorporate gratitude into everything that I do.
I love how you utilize the board to bring in which you've already manifested. I love that. It's not just about envisioning for the future. It's about now. I have what I call a now board with my
Oh,
clients, and it's about now. What is happening, like you're saying, now in our life right now, the gratitude, and also put on what we're growing and reaching for, but we know that it's already now. I love that you do that with the vision, with the concept of a vision board, because your gratitude board, we'll call it your gratitude board. It's
yes.
beautiful. It's awesome. Thank you.
And we get so caught up in day to day, things happening in our lives. We're just at an all time busy pace in life.
Mhm.
That I think gratitude, your noun board, those things really help you kind of just settle into what's taking place in your life and, really opening to all that really is, happening. So
Yeah.
I love those two things.
And how you brought up, and I wanted to get your opinion on, in our busy life as humans, the day to day,
Mhm.
having this tool really does solidify back with us what is going on as we get disjointed or out of alignment. I love that you can pull out that gratitude board and look at it.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
it's when you talk about getting out of alignment and, there are days that life is a challenge. And I think, sometimes you forget to really be grateful for things, even the challenges. And so when I have an opportunity, Saturday night, I was like in one of those dumps where I'm like, man, there's so many things I got to get done and so much to do. And I just was not very like, the bubbly Jackie that you see in front of me, in front of you. And so I literally made a conscious decision just to stop what I was doing. I was packing for some big trips I have coming up, and I just made a conscious decision to stop and just journal. And I journaled my gratitude, and from there, it just turned all around. Like my whole energy, my whole being just got really, really, just renewed from that exercise alone.
Yeah. Okay, Jackie, can you share with us what it is that you do?
Well, I'm so glad you asked that, Mia, because I really, really love what I do. I know that I talked earlier about the journey and how things all really fall into place in life. And one of the things that I'm really passionate about is helping people market themselves like the pros do. So I'm a marketing coach, and I really just, spent years as a journalist, as a TV reporter, on air, off air. I work in public relations for a long time. And what I saw were that people would be trying to achieve something or see their dreams happen or kind of cross over, but they really didn't know how to market themselves. They really didn't know sometimes what, are tools they can use online, what are strategies they can use to really see their dreams come to fruition. So that's what I do, is help people market themselves like the pros do and just have a lot of fun along the way.
That's very awesome. And it's amazing. There's so many small spiritual or healing, energetic type businesses that could really use that. I love the fact that we're in a new age. At first, it used to throw me off because I didn't know how to market myself. But it's good to learn from people who are very experienced, because I know that in my line of work, it's awesome. It makes 100% difference. So thank you. That's great. And you have a free gift for people, right?
I do. So
I love the free gifts.
you see my whole smile like just goes up more, because I think like everybody watching, it's like if it's a freebie, it's just icing on the cake. So one of the free gifts that I'm offering is for people to do a video series with me called Kickstart Your Dreams. And it's a step-by-step 3-part video series that really teaches people how to do the planning to really get them to start to kick their dreams into gear. So I'm offering that. It's a free 3-part series. And then, when people finish the series, there's an opportunity for them to connect with me personally for a strategy session where I talk about how they can incorporate marketing and just some of the easy things that I think sometimes people think that marketing is intimidating or that they have to spend like a fortune to like Oprah, but there's just things that people can do in their basic everyday life to help market themselves better. So that's my free gift, and I hope everyone takes advantage of it.
That's wonderful. I know that people really like your work. This summer you had a summit that was pretty amazing. That's how we got connected.
Yes, you were one of the awesome people that we got the chance to feature.
Thank you. And that was I think what I'm trying to bring out is that when we have our ducks in a row, our business on, here's marketing. We have our business online. I didn't mean it like that, but I meant, in a path, in a smooth path. There is so much more gratitude and happiness that comes our way in life. And don't we want to be happy? Can you pick up on that and talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think that, for a year or more, I probably lived where I had this dream inside my heart and I just didn't know how to give birth to it. I didn't know what to do with it. It wasn't until I actually physically gave birth that my dream came alive. And that just opened me up. Sometimes you have these talents and these passions, and when they're hidden inside of you and you're not really giving them to the world, it really cripples you. And so it's really hard sometimes to be as grateful as you could probably be if you're out there in the world sharing those gifts and really seeing them manifest in people's lives. And so that is one of the reasons why I'm so grateful. I'm by no means, at the point where I've arrived or anything like that, but just the fact that I get a chance to give my gifts to the world and offer them just makes me just so humble and just so grateful. And, it even opens up doors for me to connect with amazing women like you.
That's awesome. That was very beautifully said. I love that. You're amazing. Thank you. Can you share with us something that's on your heart right now that you'd like to leave everyone with?
Wow. Well, first of all, Mia, that question, this whole summit is just amazing. I think gratitude is one of those things that people need to incorporate into every aspect of their lives, every fiber of their being. And, for me this year, I know this is the holidays and that the year is kind of wrapping up. I don't know about you, but I'm always in that kind of feeling like serendipity, like, okay, life is, the year is coming to a close and just feeling all like good inside about it, but also just really looking back. And I know for me, one of the things that I'm most grateful for is that this year especially, I've had a lot of near death, near life experiences. And what I mean by that is, well, first of all, I'm a survivor of a fire. When I was a child, I survived. My sister passed away. So I always look back on that as, an opportunity to live and something to be tremendously grateful about. But even this year, giving birth kind of just opens you up to so much. So that in it of itself really kind of made me a lot more just aware of life and how grateful we need to be of life. And then also I had a near death experience this summer when I was driving in the rain and my car hydroplaned and swerved, and it was bad. I had bruising, had a lot of just trauma from that, and so that again kind of made me really take stock of my life and really ask myself, was I living and was I doing and was I just grateful for the opportunity to be alive? And so, those two things really, just giving birth and, being so close to some traumatic accident really made me take stock of gratitude a lot more and how to incorporate it into my life, how to really spend that quality time with our loved ones, and just really, really be grateful for all that we have and all that we do. And so when you talk about gratitude, I mean, that is at the top of my list. Like, I am grateful for my life every day. And, I know that's cliche. I know that people are like, oh yeah, I'm grateful for my life. But I think this year, especially, like as the year comes to a close, one of the things that I'm really, really grateful for is just the fact that I'm alive, the fact that I do get a chance to share my talents, that I do get a chance to share my wisdom with the world, and that I just get to serve in this way. And I think that in and of itself, being able to serve is something to be tremendously grateful about. So those are the things that, when you ask kind of what I'm grateful for and kind of what is it that really is on my heart at this time, I think that that's something that really, came through, is just that I get to live, that I get to be, that I get to, see my son walk and crawl and, all the things that little ones do. But
Yes.
it's just amazing. So,
That is. I have a question for you.
sure.
You were saying about being grateful for your life, and that's awesome, and that you're able to move and do all this stuff. And as we grow, when we've have these experiences, and as we grow back to health,
Yeah.
I know for myself, because I had a very challenging experience this summer too. And so I know that I'm so grateful to be able to push and challenge myself, that I'm able to walk, that I'm able to actually push myself on my walks. I now walk, I'm up to twice a day, and I'm even jogging and walking, where before I didn't even realize that I could do that, because, when something hits us, like an illness or a near death, we really we don't understand about appreciating our life until that happens. And so I would love to get a little bit of feedback, but I'd love to implore everybody who's watching this to just, if you're healthy, incredible. When you're out working out or you're out walking or you're doing whatever you're doing, just think about how amazing it is that you're here on this planet right now, alive, able to do incredible stuff. And what can you do to expand yourself even more so that you understand you're connected to your body and your soul at the same point?
Yeah, I think you're right on, Mia. I'm with you on that. I think that that is amazing. I think that that is a challenge. You know, here in the U.S., I'll be traveling to Ghana soon to see my little one's going to meet his grandmother for the first time, and he's the first grandchild on both sides of the family. And so, you know, when you go to places like Ghana and you go to other countries, you really see some of the things that we have here in the States that, you know, things like health, things like, you know, just some of the comforts that we have. And, you know, it's just one of those things that I really think that those watching, I would encourage people to get out a pen and paper and at the top of the list, put my health, you know, like in terms of what they're grateful for.
Yeah, exactly. And to be have that self-awareness of what's going on, because if without that self-awareness, we can't be grateful. We can't move forward. We can't express ourselves, at least for self. Yes, for other things. I'm grateful I have food. I'm grateful that I have a bed to sleep in. Those things. But when we get to the nitty-gritty of our body, you know, blending with our soul, that's where true magic happens. And you realize that we are these amazing, somewhat fragile beings. This human body's fragile. It's, you know, approximately 90% water. So when you think about that and the magnificence of the frailty compared to the universe, it's something to be so grateful for. It just so aligns the body and the soul together. I love the idea of being married to each other. You know,
I love it too.
Yeah, in harmony and bliss. Well, wonderful. And have fun on your trip. How exciting is that? Is that going to be over the holidays, Christmas holidays?
It will. And you know, and we didn't talk about this, but it's a blessing to be a mom, but it's even more of a blessing to be a grandparent. And when you see, you know, my parents, my husband's parents around this little one, it's like they light up on a whole nother level. So that's another thing on my gratitude list right now.
That's awesome, honey. Thank you for joining us. It was
Thank
awesome
you
to
so
have you
much,
on.
Mia.
It was a pleasure to have you. Thank you. And thank you all. We'll see you in another segment. Bye.